Hey everyone, welcome along to Monday night's Dark Horse Rumble night, round five tonight from the Hungaroring. Boys are down doing their qualifying as usual. But, got something a little bit different to play with this week. So while the boys are down doing their qualifying, we can actually go back and have a look at their practice session, which finished just a short time ago. Have a look and see who was actually running the best times. So that's the order of finishing in the official practice. As I said, that was just prior to qualifying, which the boys are doing now. You can see it's Jack Boyd, Ben Singer, Loshy, Geordie Miller, Steve Barker, Glenn Boyd, Darren Linus, Andrew Cash, Moz, Damo, Rob McGrath, Campbell Hutton, Ray Harrison, David Logsdale, Glenn Hill, and Justin Elder. So it's currently 16 cars lining up for this round five. And as we can see from the times, Jack Boyd is definitely going to be the man to beat. Also got a bit of an insight into the actual circuit itself. So it's 4.33 kilometres long using the Grand Prix circuit. There's only one layout at Hungaroring, so it is the Grand Prix layout. Currently the air temp is 19 degrees and the track temp is exactly the same. Partly cloudy, but dry. Get a bit of an overhead look at the track. There's a few clouds floating around, but no chance of rain. All right, let's have a look and see how they're going in qualifying. At the moment, it's actually Loshy that's at the top. Jack Boyd is yet to set a time. The other thing that we have for tonight is a notification that will tell us when a car receives, as we've just seen it flash up there for Damo. So it'll be a black screen for an off track. It'll also bring up when a car is in the pits, which will be blue. Lead change, which will be green. As Loshy gets, there we go, pass for the lead, which in this case means it's Ben Singer's actually just set the fastest lap. So we'll have that up through the night, so you'll be able to keep an eye on your favourite driver, see how they're going in relation to off tracks, and then at the end of the night, we should also be able to bring up an incident count for each driver. So, something a little bit different for this week. So head down to the track and catch up with our current pole sitter, which is Ben Singer. Keep in mind, these boys that are getting off tracks in qualifying, their lap won't count. So they'll have to go again. I think they've got 3 laps to get a time set, but their laps will be invalid if they have an off track. So we say good evening to Big G. Good to have you on board, G. Jack Boyd hasn't been able to better that time of Ben Singer's at the moment. Got very, very close. 10/1000th of a second. Quite a few boys are getting off track. Sloshy now has gone to the top, as we saw. Wow. There's a lot of boys getting off tracks in qualifying. So, see, the comes up in blue when one of the drivers heads back to the pits. Ray Harrison's got an off track. Oh, it's going off everywhere. I'm not sure. Jack may have time to get one more lap in. I might ride on board with Jack if see if he can get this lap in. Oh, a little bit crossed up coming out of that corner. That may cost him. Oh, Jack's actually at the top. What am I talking about? There you go. All right. Well, in that case, what I might do is just bear with me. Just got to make a quick adjustment to one of these cameras. Apologies for that. Just had to make a small adjustment that I've noticed. Qualifying is all but done, so as we can see, it will be actually, you know what? Save me doing that. I'm going to bring up my little screen again. So it's going to be Jack Boyd off of pole, followed by Ben Singer will join him on the front row. Then it'll be Loshi and Geordie Miller, Steve Barker with Glenn Boyd, Darren Linus, Andrew Cash, Moz Moroz, Damien Seeger, Rob McGrath, Campbell Hutton, Ray Harrison, David Logsdale, Glenn Hill, Justin Elder. As you can see, we don't get much time because there's not many boys on the grid. So I just tend to rip through that fairly quickly. We're just waiting on our pole sitter, Jack Boyd, at the stage. Jack's on the grid, lights are on. Had to get underway for race one, which will be an 8-lap race.
Green, green, green.
Everyone gets away clean. Somebody was a little bit of a slow start. Might have been, not sure who it was. Might have actually been Glenn Boyd. So Jack leads him through turn one. Jack leading from Roshi, Geordie Miller in third, then Steve Barker, Ben Singer. happened here? I think Ben might have a few tech issues there. Okay, anything actually happened to him? Geordie Miller gets an off track through that section, or actually a whole heap of them got off track. Glenn Hill's got to slow down. It's going to cost him some time. Wipe that one off. Well, Moz has now got an off track. As you can see, it's going to go pretty ballistic at this track. Leads him through on the opening lap. Just over half a second back to Loshi in the second spot. Geordie Miller still in third. No change in the top three. Steve Barker's jumped up a couple of spots. Glenn Boyd, I think, is the biggest loser at the moment with that very slow getaway. Also dropped the spot. Geordie Miller picks up another off track. Glenn Boyd picks one up this time as well. Campbell Hutton with a slowdown. Slowdown usually means that you've got to wipe some time off within a certain time. That makes sense. It's a bit of a penalty for taking the track. Jack leading, no change the top three. So Geordie runs a bit wide and gets another off track. Damo now joins the off track family. Andrew Cash currently down in 10th. Moz just ahead of him. Very careful on the throttle there. You don't want to excite the big Mustang. Tends to break traction at the back end very quickly if you overexcite the loud pedal. Oh, who is that? Oh, so flashed up that Justin Elder. So Justin had a loop all of his own. Looked like that caused too much drama, but then up ahead at the same time, so Damo came unstuck. Oh, just got a little bit of grass on the inside of that curb. made a bit of a mess at the front of the old Mustang there. Let's head further up. Jump on board with Loshi, second place runner at the moment. The line, half race distance, race one. Joins the slowdown club. Sean Doyle joins us on the chat. Evening, Mr. Doyle. We haven't seen you out on track for a couple of weeks. I think I read somewhere on Facebook earlier that life is getting in the way of your Monday night racing, which is never fun, but sometimes unavoidable. Still no change at the front. I won't repeat that message on the broadcast for you, Sean. I'll save you bacon. We're on lap 6. Straightforward for those that haven't crashed. Not a lot of movement through the field. That might change next race when they do their drive through the pits. That always tends to mix the field up a little bit. There's no Henry Fenton tonight either. Don't know where Henry is. It's unusual for Henry to miss a night. As well on the chat. Apologises for not being out there racing, but understandable when you got to try and fit shift work in with your sim racing. Hopefully we see these boys back soon. And Sean's asking, when is the Wednesday MX5 or the 86 coming back? I've actually been playing around with a few ideas, Sean. Oh, as Moz gets a slowdown this time. I have to try and wipe that off without dropping too many spots. Where's Moz? Currently 8. You can see by the gap to Glenn in front is increasing as Moz desperately tries to wipe that off. Might actually do something different on Wednesday nights, Sean. Nothing is confirmed yet, but I am thinking about maybe actually doing an open wheeler series just for something different. As oh, there we go, David Logsdale has got a meatball flag, which is returned to the pitch. Your car is too badly damaged as a result of this incident. Oh, that's a big hit on the inside wall. I would suggest probably steering damage is the reason for the meatball. So yeah, I'm seriously thinking about, as we're on the final lap. Sean says either the 1600 or the Skippy. Jump back with our leader, Jack, who has led pretty much from, or he has led from the start, was on pole, so hasn't really been that troubled in this race. He's got that gap out to just over a second now to Loshi, who seems comfortable in second. Geordie Miller about half a second back. I don't think we can do the skippies, can we, Sean? Because that might tread on people's toes. We don't do that sort of thing, so might have to be the 1600. So Jack makes his way around the last couple of corners. Checkered flag will be out to greet him as he makes his way around that final corner, and Justin picks up another off track just for good measure, but it will be Jack home, just over a second back to Loshi, then Geordie, then Steve Barker, Ben Singer, Darren Linus, Glenn Boyd, Moz Moroz, Andrew Cash, Rob McGrath, Ray Harrison, Damo, Campbell, Justin, Glenn, and then David. Wait for the field to cross, and then we will quickly bring up some results. bring up some results before they grid up for race 2. Just waiting for the last couple to cross the line. Oh, here we go. We should be able to now show the results for Heat 1. So it was Jack Boyd. I'll tell you what, I'm going to dob the boys in, and I'm going to show how many incidents everyone got for race 1. So Jack Boyd and Loshy got 0. Geordie Miller had 4. Steve Barker had 0. Ben Singer had 1. Darren Linus 1. Glenn Boyd had 4. Moz had 4. Andrew Cash had 7. Rob McGrath had 9. Ray Harrison 5. Damo 6. Campbell Hutton 3. Justin Elder 2, as they're gridding up already. So as I said, this is the problem with a small grid. You don't really get much time to do anything. Not even sure who's on pole, to be honest. It will be Ben Singer on pole. Steve Barker out of 2, then Geordie Miller, as Jack Boyd makes up a spot. A long run down to turn 1. Meanwhile, Rob McGrath picked up an early off track. So Sean informs me that the Skippies finish next week. Do they race the 1600 as well, Sean, or do something different? Ben Singer leads them through. Looks like there's a... Oh, that was never going to work. That might have been Geordie Miller that was trying to get up the inside of Steve Barker there. Far enough up, the rest of the field manages to avoid him, and Steve doesn't look like he's got that much damage, so he should be able to continue on. Meanwhile, got another crasher. That's all going off in race 2. This is Darren Linus this time. What's happening to Darren? He's around the outside. Oh, he's been tagged by Moz. Oh, wow. Oh. Boys have taken the angry pills for this race too, as Ben now leads from Jack Boyd. Geordie Miller still in that 3rd. Loshy is 4th. Moz has jumped back to the pits, I believe. Are they just doing their drive-through? Where is Moz? No, they're just doing their drive-through. Got cameras set up in pit lane this time, so we can see what the boys are actually doing. So those boys involved in early incidents are getting their drive through the pits done early. I hope that strategy grabs them a few more positions. Meanwhile, Ben leads from Jack. Leaders are just over a second at the moment. That is on for 3rd. Geordie and Loshy. Fields spread out. Oh, as someone has got a... Steve Barker, I think, will slow down on off track. Meanwhile, Loshy has now got through on Geordie, who ran a little bit wide. Well, David Longsdale's had another off. Not the same spot, no. Made it through that corner. Oh, just lost traction. Just lit up the rear a little bit too quick. Gentle spin that time around. No harm. Damo's now doing his drive through the pits. Jack Boyd has him off track. Glenn Boyd has him off track. A little bit wide on the exit of that corner. Just trying to get on the gas a little bit quick. Run wide. Jump on board with Oz. It's Darren Linus up ahead of Moz. Bet your Daz is thrilled to know that Moz is behind him again. The new helmet cam working a little bit better this week. Almost gets a little bit crossed up. See how hard he's working on the wheel. The big Mustang to do as it's told. Jack Boyd picks up his second off track. Looks like he's closed right up onto the back of Ben. Oz gets another off track. This track is really vicious on off tracks as Jack makes a dive down the inside. Ben's giving him room. And Jack looks final corner. You're desperate to get on the gas, but if you do it too early, you're just going to end up lighting up the rear wheels and potentially spinning. This is usually an overtaking spot, but I don't think Jack was quite close enough then. Jack picks up another off track. See, he ran wide then out of that corner. Oh no. So quickly go back and have a look and see what's happened to Miles this time. Oh, he's slightly wide. It's just off the racing line then. Slippery out there. Namo has to take avoiding action. Back with Ben. It's battle for the lead with Jack. On lap 6. 2 laps to go after this one. I don't think either of these boys have done their pit drive through yet either. No cash he has. Keen. I think they're both into the pits. Look, Galoshi's followed him in too. But Geordie Miller has now gone to the lead, but he hasn't done his pits yet. Out of the pits. See in the background, Loshy's around about 3 seconds further back. Probably hoping that these two get into a bit of a battle. Quickly, he's going to have to try and work out where he's going to get this move done. Oh, as he ran, oh, that's damaged the front of Jack's car. That was a massive hit. See the front bumper. Jack's car is a little bit worse for wear now. So Jack tries to get it done. Oh, there's a bit of a touch there. Jack's going to try and go around the outside. No, he's still there. Maybe that was... This is the final lap, so... Jack's gone wide. That certainly didn't work. Geordie Miller now has gone through the pits, comes back out in 5th position. This is where they made contact the last lap. No problems this time around. Oh, Ben just got unsettled. He hit that orange curb. No, he's going to run wide. Jack just doesn't have the momentum to get through though. He's going to try. He's driving a fairly effective, slightly defensive line, but nothing wrong with that. It is the final lap. They come up to the final corner. It's a very short run to the checkered flag. I don't think Jack's going to get this done somehow. So Ben is going to hold on for the win. Loshie home in that 3rd spot in Glenn Boyd. Some official results up very shortly. So I think Ben was congratulating Jack on a great race. To cross the line. Glenn Hill makes his way over the line. That might be Moz following him home. Either Moz or Darren, 2. All right, we've got everybody has finished, so let's have a look. And so it was Ben Singer, 0 incident. That's amazing because that was a pretty hard hit that he copped from Jack, but obviously 0 contact. 2 incidents for Jack, 1 for Loshie, 5 for Glenn Boyd, 3 for Steve Barker, 6 for Geordie, 8 for Rob, 7 for Damo, 8 for Moz, 2 for Ray, 2 for Cashy, 5 for Darren, 9 for Campbell, 8 for Justin, 13 for Glenn, and 8 for David. As you can see, look at some of the other stats. So Ben Singer, the hard charger is a little bit misleading because of the inverted grid. It bases it on where they finished the last time around, but as you can see, the track temp's gone up a little bit as well. It's now 21 degrees. All right, the boys are having a quick 5-minute break before the feature race. So on that night, we might do the same and be back very shortly. All right, welcome back. 20 seconds till they grid up for race 3. This will be a longer race with a stop for fuel as well. So it's going to be Geordie Miller off a pole this time around. So it's going to be Geordie Miller from Steve Barker, Glenn Boyd, Oshy, Jack Boyd out of 5, Ben Singer out of 6, and Rob McGrath, Damo, Moz, Ray Harrison, Cashy, Darren Linus, Campbell Hutton, Justin Elder, Glenn Hill, and David Logsdale. Just waiting for the lights to come on. Lights are on.
Green, green, green.
So Steve Barker might actually have a jump into turn 1. He's got the inside line. Does get that done. That's that move done. Jack Boyd's on a mission. He's up 2 spots already. And importantly, he's got Ben Singer behind him. He runs side by side with Loshy. Thought of just he thought about making it 3 wide. Oh, Rob McGrath's got a black flag. I'm guessing he's probably jumped the start. Oh, and so's David Logsdale. Wow. That's going to require both of them to do a drive through the pits, I'm assuming. Steve Barker's got around about a 1.5 second lead over Jack. See how long hold on to that for. Steve's actually a pretty good steerer in the Mustang. I don't think Jack will find it all that easy, although I must say Steve doesn't seem to have a lot of luck either. Seems to get involved in incidents not of his making quite regularly. Further back in the pack, it's really anybody's for the taking at the moment. The pack is still fairly tightly bunched up. It's an off track. It's an off track there. Damo got a slow down. Oh, that's going to hurt. We'll keep an eye on Damo as he tries to wipe that slowdown off without giving up spots. This is an art that quite often end up in disaster. Cashy and Darren have been quite considerate to Damo there. You can see how much that time that's costing to the car in front, which happens to be Moz, getting these slowdowns. You boys peel off to the pits, get their pit stops done early. Now right up onto the back of Steve. Got a pretty good run out of that final corner. These cars don't offer a lot of draft though, so he's going to dive in underneath. I think Steve saw it coming. He's happy to let that unfold. Go back and find Campbell Hut. Got Ray Harrison just ahead of him. Campbell is our Kiwi entrant. Joins us every week from New Zealand. It's great to have some international connections in the league. Campbell's running a little bit wide there. You can see, oh, now he's got the slow down to go with it. Back off the pace to wipe that time penalty off. See how much the cars need to slow down just to get to that penalty. Careful you don't get another one, Campbell. Another slow down. I don't know what happens when you go into the pits with a slowdown. Hopefully it's not going to be another penalty. Well, it's Andrew Cash and Rob McGrath battling it out for 12th and 13th at the moment. Keshi goes a little bit wide. Let's open the door for Rob. Oh, that's going to be an off track for Rob. Backed out of that at the last minute, but was carrying way too much speed, which meant he was always going to run wide on the exit. Again, thinks about it. Oh, hard on the brakes. Our leaders now are into the pits. Rob runs it slightly wide on the exit of that corner. That's allowed Keshi to break away a little bit. With Ray Harrison is currently up into 8th spot. But the Simshat TV logo on the bonnet. Well done, Ray. Jump inside with Ray. Let's do a lap of Hungaroring with Ray. See that sun break through. Lap 6 now of 15. Ray decides to jump into the pits. Get back out on track. Steve Barker still hunting down Jack. Glenn Boyd has moved right up into third position. Get an idea of who's pitted and who hasn't at this stage. Looks like Loshi is the first of our drivers that have pitted, leaving 5 yet to do so. Just mentioned on the broadcast that he likes the helmet cams. They're quite good actually. iRacing have come a long way in what you can do now with some of their settings. You can actually get the helmet turning into the corners. If you watch the outside mirror, you'll see that the mirror moves as the head moves. So it's quite it's quite good the way iRacing have come up with some little changes, but very effective. Most of those are on the back of obviously people using VR, so but, yeah, always fun to find some new ideas. Jump on board with Glenn. Currently, as I said, in that third spot, behind Steve Barker, who hasn't lost a lot of ground to young Jack. He's at about 1.7, 1.8 seconds back. What's happened? Damo's had a crash. He's got a meatball flag. He'll be heading back to the pits. What's he done? Oh, too much curb. Oh, that's definitely screwed that steering. Interesting how that front came back on. I wonder if damage is actually on or off. Must find out. Must ask that question. Jump on board with Glenn this time. As long as I've known Glenn racing on the sim, he's always had a purple helmet. I'm not sure of the significance, but Glenn has always had a purple helmet. So it's David Longsdale just getting out of the way. Damo's gone into the pits to remove that meatball flag. His race pretty much done. The repairs, I would imagine, would be quite extensive. Meanwhile, Jack has managed to increase that lead out front. Glenn is going to trying to get so we take an inside the cockpit shot of Glenn Boyd. See the wheel work and the gear changing, paddle shift change on the GTs, as I think Glenn has actually gone into the pits. He has. All right, we'll jump on board with son Jack instead, who was still out there. So wheel work is involved in getting around some of these tight radius corners. Gets it thrust up on exit there. Guessing it will be on the curb. And actually, what? Let's go back and look at this battle because it's starting to unfold on track now. We've got Loshi, Ben, and Glenn all battling it out for what could potentially be a podium spot. only at two-third race distance. Jack now is into the pits. Steve Barker now goes to the lead. Jack in the pits. Steve yet to do his pit stop, obviously. Glenn picks up an off back there through that final turn. Steve Barker's now into the pits. Moz is into the pits. That will leave Jack in the lead. You can see he's just up the road from these three boys. So let's there's Steve. There's Moz. See the cars as Jack goes through. Steve's leaving the pits now. So is Moz. Steve has come out second, just ahead of these three boys. Glenn's got to slow down. That's going to cost him. He's going to drop off the back of these boys up front. Geordie Miller has also got to slow down. Geordie was battling with Darren Linus for that 7th spot. Up another slowdown. Damo gets a slowdown. Handing out. Oh, and Damo has been crashed, I'm telling you. Has he managed to do the same again? I'm not sure what. I think that might have been a bit of red mist. Battle for that 3rd spot. Just ahead is There's Steve Barker, who's currently second. So that was on for second and third. Jack's disappeared off up the road. Just trying to make up some time lost with that slowdown. Jack crosses the line this time. There'll be 2 laps to go. Oh, Steve made a mistake there in turn 1. Go, Steve. I'm going to go back and have a quick look. I reckon Steve missed his braking marker there. He did. He ran it wide, which allowed Loshi to get through. Singer's also keen to get himself up on that podium. Glenn's not that far back, although he's got a fair bit of time to make up in a lap and a half. He'll certainly be there to pick up the pieces. So Glenn picks up another off track. No slowdown this time. It's finally had enough, parking in the pits. So Jack commences his final lap. The battle is still well and truly on. Steve's decided to take a more defensive line this time into turn 1, and Ben tries to go around the outside. Ben defended Jack in race 2, kept him out for a couple of laps. Can Steve do the same? Ben is now the hunter instead of the hunted. Cops to slow down. It shouldn't be too stressful. Really got any other cars around him as Ben cops a off track there. Won't get the power down. checkered flag is out. Jack's already gone past the checkered flag. It will be Loshy home in second. Steve will hold on for that third. We'll get some official results up. Rest of the field to cross the line. Just to way over. Alright, I think that's it. We should be able to bring up some official results now. There we go. It was Jack Boyd for the win. Loshy home in second. Steve Barker home in third. Our hard charger in that race was actually Darren Linus, up 5 spots. Most laps led was Jack Boyd. Fastest lap was Jack Boyd. Geordie Miller started on the pole. We had 3 lead changes. And as you can see, it was a 15-lap race, 64.93 kilometres. I'll leave this up while we chat to the boys. Who have we got? We've got Mr. Boyd here in lieu of Jack. So let's start with Glenn. How'd you find this track, Glenn?
Yeah, I think this is the Boyd Racing, one of the favourite tracks. I think we always like racing it, but with this car, very hard to pass and having a brain fade. Who won that second race? Ben.
Ben.
Yeah, Ben said, "Oh, Jack thinks it's a shopping trolley lady or something," but no, he said Ben was driving really good, but he just could not pass him. It was just good race apparently. But yeah, it's a good track. As someone said earlier, the off tracks are a killer, and to keep this car on the black stuff's not that easy. So, but all in all, it was good fun. Good fun back in 5th for me as well. But the boys in front, you don't really have if you make a big mistake like a run the corners too deep, then obviously you can still recover. But if you keep on the black stuff, you're doing all right. So
I noticed at one stage we have a new feature, by the way, for you guys that haven't watched the stream. But I noticed that you were right on the tail of the boys, and then you might have got a slowdown.
Yeah, was that when the lapper was there? I think there was a lap car that I'd almost cleaned up, and I just affected the momentum, and I think it knocked up a second, which a second of slowdown is more like 3 seconds. But and to try and fight back from after a slowdown, no chance.
You weren't alone, I might add. There was probably more slowdowns tonight than I've seen in quite a while. I think quite a few boys found the slowdowns.
Yeah, I reckon it's one corner. It's that one corner.
Yeah.
When you're coming down the hill, up over the rise, back to the left, and before you know it, you're off.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Is that turn 4? I think that's the one.
Turn 1, 2. I can't remember, but you
come up the hill onto the left.
It just keeps flashing up. Slow down.
Yeah.
And at least I might just change the subject quickly. At least we got to see what a meatball flag looks like too tonight, courtesy of somebody that's in the chat.
Yeah, I just thought I realised you had some new overlays, so I thought, look, you know what, I'll take one for the team this round, and put up the meatball flag for you, mate. So I hope you appreciate that. Lost a few positions for you.
The
Always
a gentleman.
sacrifices you make, Damo. The sacrifices you make, mate. You are just a true
Yeah,
gentleman.
team play. I know. I get it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
All
fine.
right. Second place, Loshy.
Not even a
Yeah,
thank
that was
you.
probably the funnest night I've had in forever. Yeah, really enjoyed that. Finished close to Jack in race 1 and had a pretty solid race 2, and then really I think I might have scared Steve into outbreaking himself with 2 laps to go at turn 1, and the door opened up for a second. So unlucky for Steve, but I was pretty happy about that.
Yeah, actually, Steve's with us. What happened there, Steve? Did you just outbreak yourself, or?
Oh, yeah, mate. Sailed straight past me braking mark and went, all right, that's that gone.
Well, at least you had some extra track to be able to pull it up, which is always nice, rather than ending up in the gravel.
Yeah, for sure.
But that was a pretty solid night of racing again, Steve. I noticed, was it race 2 that you might have been unlucky?
Yeah, I got taken out on the first lap. He didn't mean it, and I actually think he gave the position back at the end of the race, which was really nice. Didn't have to, but yeah, just one of those things.
Yeah, I think very similar to what we saw all weekend at Albert Park, where people.
I was assisted off, mate. I didn't do it myself.
Yeah, no, where people are claiming corners before they're actually they're theirs to take. But no, all in all, good nights, good solid points for you, Steve. So that's always good.
Yeah, I had a couple of average weeks, shall we say. So it's nice to be back on the podium for sure. Really good race in the last one with Loshy and Ben. Yeah, really good.
Yeah, we sort of, on the broadcast, we might have mentioned that Ben went from being hunted to being the hunter. But I think, as Boydie pointed out, very hard to actually get a good, clean move done on this track. And it's the same in Formula One. They not a lot of overtaking, but still a good track. It's got a lot of nuances to it, which make it interesting, especially on the broadcast. There's all sorts of chicanes and tight radius corners. So, yeah, no, it's good night of racing. All right.
Yeah, I was going to say when I jumped in, Greg, I don't know if it was good to watch, but it was very good to drive. So I hope it was exciting for the people that watched it, but it was a very fun race to do. So.
Yeah, no, it's I actually like this track. It's very good for setting up cameras too. So it's one of the few tracks that iRacing seem to have gone to a lot of trouble to get all the little details in relation to the boom lifts and the actual camera positions on the track. So hopefully we managed to find most of them. But, yeah, no, good night of racing all round. Even further back, there was a couple of battles going on, which we picked up on. So even though it was a relatively small field, it was still pretty good racing, which is the main thing. All right, Mr. Boyd, got any shout-outs on behalf of yourself or young Jack?
Yeah, I'd just like to shout out you with the broadcast, because actually I watch it most days anyway, or most weeks. But yeah, it's the last one I watched, which was last week's, was just seems to have come a long way. It is so clear, and I think you're right. Those camera positions make they really set it up for what you're seeing and where everyone is, and yeah, I'm really impressed with it. I like where this is going, obviously, but yeah, I think the broadcast is really that's where it's at the minute for racing. So yeah, well done to everyone involved on that, and yeah, thanks to everyone racing, and shout number 1 fan.
No worries. And Loshy, any shout outs?
Yeah, mate, just to Palmer's and pretty much what Glenn said. I'll go a little bit further than just saying what Glenn said, like I did last week. But yep, the Palmers and you for putting the time and effort in to create those cameras and everything, and then to spend your time watching us having fun and doing the commentary. So a big thanks to that. And then just to everyone that rocked up. We had a few missing tonight. Might have been the long weekend that some states had because there wasn't many along for our practice session last night. So shout out to Fenson because he was there for the practice session last night. Didn't come tonight, so I hope everything's cool because he doesn't normally miss a Monday night. So just thanks everyone for coming along and racing.
No worries. And Steve.
Just usual. Thanks to the admin team and yourself, Greg, for putting on an awesome broadcast. Looking forward to watching it. Thanks, guys.
No worries. And anything to add, Damo?
Oh, no, just thanks to everybody coming out, Greg. It was a pretty good night. I had a couple of steering wheel issues tonight, so that's why I crashed. It wasn't lack of skill, as most of you know that it's not.
Plus, you were demonstrating the new overlays, Damo, which is appreciated.
Yeah, no problem, Steve. To be honest with you, I had a lot on my plate, didn't I? So, but we got through it. That's it.
Always good to know that Damo's helping out. And look at that.
Yeah, where would we be without Damo?
And Damo wins the award in race 3 for the most amount of pit stops.
Yep, and probably off tracks too, I reckon.
No, unfortunately, you didn't quite grab that one. This new overlay that we're using does tell me, however, that so Glenn Hill was the unfortunate winner of that one. Glenn Boyd had 12.
I had to because I couldn't get him back. I had no choice. I was running off the track everywhere I could to come back to him. I knew that my name was going to get hauled up pretty soon.
Geordie Miller beat you by 1. Justin Elder had 14. Campbell Hutton had 10. Rob McGrath had 10. David Logsdale had 14. But I think a lot of David's defence was moving out of the way for the guys at the front, which is always good to see.
Shout out to David. He's there. He really, I think early days he was a bit nervous and used to get in the way a bit, but now he really gets out of the way pretty good. And, he sacrifices off tracks and everything like that. He does jump out of the way pretty quickly. So.
And Damo, 13. So you beat Mr. Boyd by 1. There you go.
Nice.
So
I was up there.
Winner again. And our fastest lap, that counts in race 3, doesn't it, Loshy?
Yes, mate.
So that will go to young Jack.
Boy, no surprises.
He wasn't that far ahead. He was only 4.5 tenths ahead of Loshy. And
what was that all?
Actually, Steve, you had the second fastest lap.
Really?
Yeah, so you're only 4 tenths off it.
Don't
I'll
be
take
so
it.
surprised, mate. Come on.
I'm way off the pace.
All right. Well, on that note, I think we might call tonight done and dusted. Next week we are at Spa, so I have already started cameras for Spa because that's going to take me a month, even though I've only got a week. So. I look forward to Spa next week. Until then, everybody stay safe, and we'll catch you at same time next Monday night.